Hey guys, what's up? It's Mr. Beach hanging out with my good buddy Scott Martineau.
Having some fun today along the Gulf of America, and we wanted to give you a little wrap up of the summer and a little links and look at what's going on for the fall. Very different marketplace here in the Gulf of America than the rest of the country. We want you to know what's happening, so stay with us as we reveal all the secrets.
That's right, things are changing quick right now, and if you're on top of it, if you're ready to make a move, you're definitely going to want to watch this video, because I don't know about you, Scott, but I haven't felt anything like this the whole time I've been in real estate. The market is switching, it's changing as we speak, and the inventory's there. So we're in this magical bubble right now where there's a ton of opportunity, and we're going to talk about it next.
6 weeks ago, the whole market shifted as the early adopters realized inventory was high, interest rates were starting to move, and now they have purchased. Our inventory dropped a little, but it's still the highest amount. It's an opportunity for you to take advantage, and it'll happen only in fall. I would imagine by January 1st, it'll shift it again, and we might be in a tight market situation.
You might be asking yourself, why the sudden market shift? Well, I'm sure you aren't living under a rock. You've heard about the interest rates dropping. That is what's driving activity at this point. What do you see personally in Destin?
So I wanted to let you know that the people that were buying with cash are still there, right? And the people that were financed for a property were sitting on the sideline. And as that interest rate started to move down, and it started moving down about 6-8 weeks ago, it's now at a 3-year low right now, just so you know. That kind of stuff sneaks up on you. And those people that were sitting on the sidelines have jumped in, and that's what brought our inventory down over the month of August and part of September. That is continuing. So we had the people who were cash already, supplemented by the early adopters, the people that moved early and took advantage of this high inventory. And if you're a buyer, you always want to buy when there's lots and lots of product available on the market. You have more leverage, and we've talked about that in previous videos, and you and I have both had our friends and our clients now. They've taken advantage of it. There's still plenty there, but we're down 5% in inventory. We don't want it to be down another 20% before you take action, because there's deals here right now, because you have leverage, because you have choices, because the inventory is so high.
I have a buyer that's coming down Monday, and she's looking mainly to Panama City Beach area. Right now, she has a list, and we've been going through the homes. There's so many homes to go through. Literally every day we've been talking it down, and I've been like, hey, listen, when you get here, we're gonna go look at 10 homes. That's as many as we're gonna look at. She could not whittle it down. We're gonna be looking at 17 homes over 2 days. Listen, I don't do that for every client.
Yeah, I won't do that.
I don't do that for every client. But this is what I'm telling you guys. There's so many great deals available right now that when I could hand pick 17 properties and send those to you, and you can't decide between one, you gotta go check out them all. That's what we're dealing with right now. It's inventory overload. In fact, and it's causing analysis paralysis for some of our buyers. But you know what? We're in the people business. We're in the serving business. And if she wants to see all 17 homes, I'll definitely make an effort to do that for her. But that's how much inventory we have right now. It's just amazing how much.
Yes, that's right. And what happens if we're sending you, in this case, 17 homes, I'm probably only going to send you 4 or 5 because I've already looked at 200, then I've looked at 50, then we've refined your goals and your wish list, and now we're down to 20. You've got 20 that you're looking at, and I know that only 5 really work for your wish list. There's so many component items in there that make sure that we're looking at the property taxes, we're looking at the COA cost or the HOA cost, we're looking at what age the roof is, we're looking at the neighborhood. If it's a vacation property, we're looking at how much rental income and what the cost to own is. There's a group of criteria that we have that supersedes all the ones you have, and we make sure that we're only seeing the ones that maximize that. And when we have 7,000 homes or 6,500 homes available, we can find the ones that will provide leverage for us when we go to purchase. What I did with this last one that came from our YouTube video, we went from 30 looking at online down to 5 when we came and visited, and we used those 5 to decide which one to make an offer on. And if the person didn't respond nicely or in an engaged way, we went to the next one.
Yes.
Guess what? We didn't have to move off the first one.
Really?
That's right.
So what did they want to choose it? I got to know.
They ended up in Aerial Dunes 2 on the 9th floor. We ended up with 1,285 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths with the bunk room. And because they're from New Jersey, they wanted a storage unit because they want to be able to bring their stuff down, right?
Absolutely.
And rent it out most of the time, but come stay for a month. So the storage unit, in addition to the 2 bed, 2 baths, a bunk room, and the storage unit, was the decider. And we had 3 of those. We didn't have to go to any of the other 4, but we were prepared to. We had a plan for that.
Yes. And now tell me, what are they looking at for that investment property? What are they looking at? Are they going to be cash neutral, cash positive? What are they looking at?
So interesting enough, a cash on cash rationale. These guys are cash purchasers, which is very nice. We only spend 85% of their budget, and we're going to allow some money for some renovations. So we'll probably be all in for 500, 505, and this unit will do 40 to 45,000 the first year, and probably a little bit more after that.
Perfect.
And no financing involved in this one. They wanted that view that everybody here sees. They wanted the view of the beautiful water. They get everything they want, and we got a very, very strong deal.
All right, guys, we talked about this before. You know, the fact of the matter is there's so much inventory. Like Scott said, if something's not there for you and the first seller doesn't want to negotiate with you, you simply just walk on to the next. That's what the reality of what we have for our buyers happening here right now. It's a very unique situation.
Guys, we've got a beautiful day on the beach. We're tired of talking up here in the parking lot. We're going down to the beach and getting in the water and talking to you from right there.
Let's go. All right, we're here in front of beautiful Pompano Joe's on a beach that can only be imagined in dreams, guys. We are currently in that much of water as we're doing this video, and we're talking to you about a fall market update of what's happening here on the Emerald Coast. Now, the Emerald Coast, you know, a lot of people say, oh, South Florida is so much better. I beg to differ.
Right, nice try, Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, you go down there and you try and find this on the Atlantic, it's impossible to find. This is absolute nature beauty out here, and it's a different market.
Absolutely, and the beach is absolutely different too. The sand here is perfect. You know, the people that come up here understand that beautiful white silica sand that we have here. When we walk on it, we hear the barking puppies.
Sweet, sweet.
And I want you to experience it. We want you to come to Pompano Joe's. This is the perfect place for you to come in with the kids, enjoy a great time. But we also want you to know that we're way different than South Florida. There's 24 million people in Florida now, and only 2 million of them live above or to the north of the Orlando area. And we're in a little section called the Panhandle that is absolutely stunningly gorgeous and still undiscovered. Apologies to all my Destin locals who think the last 20 years it's gotten so busy here. You ain't seen nothing yet, buddy.
Yes.
We're headed towards some of the greatest development because we're still so underdeveloped. The managed growth will be done perfectly fine. But for those of you who are watching this on a YouTube video from someplace else, this is still undiscovered territory, way different than South Florida, way more beautiful than South Florida. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today.
Yes, there's a lot of negativity happening right now on YouTube. I mean, geez, you can go search on the YouTube pages right now and you'll see 8 people talking about the doom of gloom of Florida real estate. And you know what? They might have a point because some of those markets down there very differently from what we are dealing with up here. Go ahead and tell us why it's so different.
So there's a number of the South, when we talk about South Florida now, we're really talking about that Miami, Fort Lauderdale, even across on the other side to the Fort Myers area where condo markets have dominated, and they've been around for 60 or 70 years. This market has really only been around at 20 or 30, and that age of the market is incredibly important. Also, the fact that we're on the Gulf of America and not the Atlantic is quite a big difference too. But the real issue is that the condo market is killing South Florida. The Surfside condo collapse caused a number of correct things to be done. Let's find out the age of these buildings. Let's make sure that they're safe. Let's make sure that they're properly accrued for and the reserves are right, that the COA is operating it properly. Caused a tremendous amount of difficulty. You coordinate that with the insurance market 5 years ago kind of collapsed in Florida, as it did in all across the country. The insurance market collapsed, and that has also caused a lot of COAs to have to raise their rates because they have to get insurance for these old buildings. We don't have that. We certainly have older buildings, but when they are older, they're 25 years at the most. And that's because we're still so young. So the laws, the macroeconomics that apply in South Florida just don't apply here. We're still safe, we're still complying with all the rules, but we don't have a market collapse because the condo market is dragging everything down. That's what's happening in South Florida.
We have seen a bit of a shift here. You know, there has been a little bit of drop off on the condo prices, and that's okay because I'm going to tell you the truth. After COVID, we needed that. It was just a time of explosive growth,
right?
Where, you know, usually real estate, it values about 5% a year. It increases about 5% a year. After COVID,
that's a healthy market.
Yeah, everybody came down here and they were like, whoa, it's great. I'm going to get me a short-term rental on this condo and it's going to be a great time. Well, the perfect storm arose because all of a sudden we had all those new assessments coming in from the tower collapse, and it kind of shifted our market, and it shifted our market in a great way. And in fact, a lot of people are getting out right now, and this is where your opportunity as a buyer buyer really comes to play.
Yeah, that is true. What we've watched now is at the end of the season, at the end of the summer season, everybody's counting their money. Everybody's been happy with it being booked 100% for May, June, July, and a little bit of August. And now it's a time for them to reflect on whether or not they should stay in the business and want to go through another year. Those people with financed mortgages are saying, no, I don't want to do it. And what's happening, if you're a buyer in this market, you can take advantage of that because there's many, many, many of them, and they need to get out. And they're getting out at those 2022 prices. And it's not for the 15, 20, 30% a year appreciation that we were experiencing when there was no inventory. When we were talking to you in COVID times, there would have been 795 homes at 1 month.
What are we at now here?
7,000 homes last month, 6 weeks ago, and in the middle of September of 2025, we're at 6,500 this morning.
Okay, so look,
it dropped by 5%.
That's what we're trying to tell you. So it's on right now.
It is.
The shift is happening as we speak. If you are looking to get into this market and get down here before the prices start getting jacked up again, while also the interest rates are low, and this is key,
and
guys.
lowering.
Yeah, and lowering. A lot of people think, oh, I got to put 20% down, and I got to put, I'm going to be stuck at a 7% interest rate. The fact of the matter is there are options for you. If you have a good lender, you could possibly get into an ARM, and I think you might be thinking to yourself, well, John, is an ARM a bad thing? In the past, yes, but in a falling market, it's not. If you can get into an ARM at 5% right now for 7 years, tell me the truth. After Jerome Powell's last meeting, after he says we're going to probably see some more drops, it's probably going to get down in the 5s anyway. So what you're doing is just buying time until that market drops to the point where you can refinance out of that rate.
And I'm fairly certain that we can do well for you with you having a 5% or a 6% interest rate as a finance partner. If you're a cash person, we can do extremely well for you. So the market's shifting. What we would share with you right now is we want the people that are going to be buyers and coming to this area to take advantage of trying to acquire in a high inventory where there's lots and lots of product available. Then you have more leverage, you have more choices. And don't wait until the inventory's at 3,000 or 2,000, because then it's the market's at equilibrium and we won't have as many choices for you. So we want you to do, when you're a buyer, we want you to take advantage when there's lots and lots of inventory.
Scott has been nice enough to put a great little packet together all about the fall market right now. And this is a little different from the other videos we do, because usually we're talking about the awesome places to live and see, but in this one we're getting really market specific.
We needed to update them. We needed to update them.
And the reason why we're doing this is because the market shift is on, and we want you to know. Scott provided a little packet for you. If you'd like to see this packet, what do they need to comment with below?
Just say the word trend. It's going to be called Fall Market Trends on the Gulf of America. But if you'll just type in below the word trends, we're going to get you that packet, and you're going to be very, very informed. It's full of all the information that we can talk about, a little more detail, more infographics. It's the kind of stuff that you want to have. We want you to have to be an informed buyer, so we know that 3 years, 5 years from now, you're looking at us with kind eyes and a big smile because you've done so well financially. That's what we're after.
We listen to these guys. Guys, the fact of the matter is there's a ton of pent-up demand right now. There's a lot of people out there that are sick and tired of shoveling snow. A lot of them aren't going to do it another season. And when these folks realize, hey, this is the opportunities prime down here, you're going to start seeing a lot more movement. A lot of people, I think it's at an all-time high, people actually having their homes completely paid off and free.
That's
Listen,
right.
The great free state of Florida is always going to be the free state of Florida. Look at this, guys. You don't get this everywhere you live. The people in Buffalo, in Midwest, that have their home paid off, they're sick of shoveling snow. They're going to be on their way down here. We want you to get down here before everybody starts making the move, because it's a herd mentality.
Yes, that's right. We want you to be at the front of the herd. We'll get you the VIP seats, but you got to reach out and help us help you. We'll do a real good job. One of the things that I want to mention also is that the insurance market is completely changed from 3 years ago here. For you, those of you, one of the things you're going to see in my fall market trends along the Gulf of America is that the South Florida is still experiencing difficulty with the insurance market because that market is still in flux. Up here, we are seeing reductions in insurance quotes now. First time in 3 years. It's because the free state of Florida got this fixed with the reinsurers 2 years ago, and now it's flowing through the market. We're seeing reductions in the quotes for roof insurance for HO6s and the kind of insurance that you'll need. It's the first time that we've seen that in 5 or 6 years, and it's because state of Florida organized and got it right. They bit the billet 3 years ago. South Florida people, I apologize, you're still figuring that out, but up here, reductions in the cost of insurance.
Yeah, and I want to point this out too, guys. A lot of people are like, well, aren't y'all scared of hurricanes? Of course we're scared of hurricanes. The fact of the matter, look back behind me here. Look, that's a natural bluff right there, okay? We're more elevated here in North Florida than all of South Florida. South Florida, you're stuck on a peninsula, okay? They're usually about 8 to 10 feet above sea level. Here, generally generally speaking, a lot of this is flood zone X. So we're 12 feet or above. 15 feet?
My house is at 17 feet.
17 feet. Okay, so we have much higher of threshold to having a flood event type happen. In fact, flood zone X is something they call a once in a lifetime flooding event. So you don't even have to carry flood insurance here. Now, I advise everybody I work with to carry it, because look, the fact of the matter is, for my house, it's $500 a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Why would I not pay $500 a year to not have to work with FEMA in the case that we do have a hurricane come through here?
And water damage and that kind of stuff. I can't believe that on our video we said the H word. We're crossing our toes and fingers and such.
Listen,
well, we're good. Like, we're September 15th. There's nothing out there right now. So we're great.
No, now you just did it.
Yeah, so now
now he did it. Now, Scott, if we have one come through, everybody blame him.
Right, exactly right. No H words coming this way.
Hey guys, if real estate on the Emerald Coast interests you and you want to check out a really cool podcast, I highly recommend Beyond the Closing Table. I've been on a guest there before, and all of the guys here that are movers and shakers in the world of real estate on the Emerald Coast are on this show. Check it out. Here's a clip.
Florida Guarantee is, hey, my carrier just went under. We've had a big catastrophe. My house is gone. I go to the state and ask for help paying for your house.
Okay.
Because your carrier went under.
Is that part of Citizens, or is that a different deal? The Florida Guarantee.
Yes, Citizens is just the state fund.
Okay.
But still insurance policies.
Right.
This is like the state of Florida.
The state of Florida Guarantee. Florida Guarantee.
You go to them.
Yeah.
How does somebody know if is it by carrier?
Mm-hmm. If it's something that we can't get a standard carrier with, like it has an old roof or they have 3 water damage claims or something like that, then we have to go to a broker.
So a broker goes and shops it outside the market.
And you're going to have all these fees. You're going to have higher deductibles. You're probably going to have limited water damage. You're going to have...
But you have access to all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we want to talk about why the fall season is the best time to buy here. Well,
it's so important you hear this.
Yes.
You guys all wonder about what the inside scoop is and why and where we should do it. This is an insider number that you won't, in the store, you won't understand right away, but it'll make perfect sense once you hear it.
Yeah, so basically, people make all their money during the summer here. They are flush with cash, they're having a good time. But a lot of these owners, they get tired. They're ready to go ahead and make an exit. And the fact of the matter is, we've had a lot of people making an exit right now. So now is the time to pounce. Listen, you got good 4 or 5 months once you close to get your condo or get your beach house ready for that next season of renters, which starts in March.
That's exactly right. So here's what's happening right now. We're looking at people that have had their property for 3, 5, 7 years. They've had the wonderful enjoyment of it. They've used it for what they want. Maybe they want to upgrade. Maybe they want to retire and do something else with this money. But this is the time to look at it, because they've got 9 months or maybe 6 months before the revenue stream gets turned on fully. It doesn't mean that we don't make money in the off seasons. We do make money in the shoulder season. It's just not the great 60% of all income that comes in that 90 days of summer. So the perfect trifecta is to find a property that is exactly on your wish list of the things you want. Then we look at it and say, hey, it's been on the market for 60, 90 days. They were trying to sell it during the summer months, right? I'm looking at that. I can also see that their mortgage rate is, mortgage is pretty significant. And I can tell by when they bought it what they're paying for an interest rate. So now I know what their burn rate is. And they're looking at that burn rate for the next 6 months. And you know what? They want your offer.
Yes.
You're going to have a lower interest rate. We're going to buy it probably for what they paid for it 4 or 5 years ago, or somewhere close to that. And that you're going to now acquire it and be ready to pick up the income coming next year. So it'll start in March, a little bit more in April, May, and then June, July, and August, you're making bank. And we're trying to acquire while you acquire when it's low and lots of inventory for a low price, get a better interest rate, and then acquire that property and turn it on, renovate it, and be ready for some real great income coming next year.
And as Scott was saying, if you're looking for some just place to park your cash or, a tax write-up, the tax implications here are huge. And first of all, we want to say we're real estate agents. We are not tax professionals, but Trump did pass the 100% asset depreciation, which is huge if you're a cash buyer, because you can come in, buy that property, and basically come in there and refit that whole house, do repairs, and you can write that out on your taxes. Now, I'm not
your
giving,
CPA's instructions, but capital
Well,
expenditures are 100% deductible.
I know our friends that are CPAs right now are watching this going, shut up, guys.
Right. Oh, we're getting you more business.
That's right. That's right. So, guys, there are tax implications involved as well that you can write off your taxes for this year if you buy right now.
That's exactly right. That's our 1231. Typically in this area, Walton County, Okaloosa County, second quarter is our busiest quarter for transactions closing. I do not believe that will be true for the very first time in many, many years. I think our fourth quarter will be the biggest with 1231 transactions. You acquire at the end of the year, but you get the tax exemption for the whole year because you closed before 1231. Now we want you to know that this is a wonderful time if you're a buyer to take advantage of it. I've not seen this in 5 or 7 years. Certainly haven't seen anything like this since the Great Recession. I do not in any way think that there is a Great Recession coming. I just think we're buying at the perfect time to have another run-up.
850-943-7777. That is my number. Scott and I work together as a team. If you're over here in the Destin area and you're looking to buy a place in Destin, Scott's going to take care of you. 30A, we'll take care of you together. You're looking Panama City Beach, Panama City, Mexico Beach, I got you.
No matter where you are, where you want to buy, we've got you covered.
That's right. And we love talking real estate to folks. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking to yourself, man, maybe I should, maybe you should. Maybe that voice in the back of your head is a voice that's trying to make you some money.
We're going to put our money where our mouth is, and we want to give you this fall market trends along the Gulf of America so you can read what we're using to share with you. These are the knowledge points that we're gathering from doing transactions here. It's not what we wish, it's not what we hope. These are real facts and numbers. Just type in the word trends down below and we'll get you that report, and then you'll be well educated. You'll be way ahead of the other people and you'll understand what we're trying to accomplish. You can do it now and then you'll just thank us later because you'll be one of the people that acted.
This is beautiful Destin. If you'd like to see another beautiful video on the wonderful town of Destin and what it has to offer, check out this video. Oh, sorry, Scott. It's right on his face. Check out this video right here. Scott and I did this. It's one of our most watched YouTube videos. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Please click that like and subscribe button, and may God bless you and your family. We'll see you next time.
See you soon.